It's like being spoon-fed, or monies that been wasted. Also, given that Nigeria suffers from the system power outages, AG, which is diesel, is needed to run generators and power plants, both in individual homes and for industrial usage. The cost of living and cost of running businesses have been escalated because of this situation. So what you have is that an average home, for instance, typically upper middle class will use about $1,000. Sorry, I was talking dollars because I find it difficult to understand things in pounds. An average home will use $1,000 a month to run a generator. That's about £600 before other living costs. So that goes, you can imagine that for an upper middle class home, and then even for an upper class, we use more because we have bigger generators, bigger houses, bigger facilities, and then that goes down. So even a relatively low income person still has to have a generator, even if it's a little tall one that they call "I pass my neighbor," which is a better than neighbor. Neighbors are a fine word for it. So no matter what it is, you buy the generator, you maintain it, and so that takes a lot out. And I talk about that. The other products that is AG or DPK are not regulated, and hence the price tends to vary hugely. And the Nigerian public suffers from huge cost of energy. This has been referred to severally as energy poverty. Sorry. So what you realize is that we generally are poor because we just don't have the energy. Then upstream sector. This sector is predominantly dominated by international oil companies, which we call IOCs. Because of huge investment, huge risk and long lead time to investment returns. So, nobody really has this money except for them. The predominant agreements in the upstream sector in Nigeria, the joint venture agreement and the production sharing contract agreement, which we like to call PSC. Additionally, a sole cost agreement was developed in the 1990s solely to encourage indigenous participation. And I'll go on and explain what the joint venture agreements have not been so successful because of the cash contributions required by the Nigerian government to fund the oil operations may not be readily available. Hence causing difficulty and cash flow problems for the joint venture partners and operation, which are already by nature very expensive and have strong contractual commitments. So what you have is you expect government to pay because you're both equally liable, equally and separately liable, or jointly and separately liable. And the government goes and says, oh, there are no funds, government doesn't have money. So how do you do it? And you and IOC, you need to move your project forward. You have shareholders in the US and the UK that you're liable to. So what do you really do? So that's why this PSC have proven to be better, given that the IOC will be able to operate independently from the government, or will be obligated to pay tax or royalty or profit, not as cash, but in actual form. So in this case, cash never changes hands. Everybody goes to the market based on some contractual terms and sells the oil. And then the IOC is also allowed to develop the field with its own money without the government's interference. So now talk about how Nigeria using its oil revenue. Well, these are, I don't think these points are fully exhaustive, but these are the ones that, I think are the primary ones, because I must say that Nigeria has a lot of ways to choose from. If I try and summarize and look at it from like a 70-30 rule, these are the 70% of where most of the increase are sort of getting lost. So you have excess importation of foreign goods and satisfy the exports of raw materials to other nations, giving rise to trade deficit. You have subsidizing of petroleum products if that market is regulated and sales prices fixed. The importation of petroleum products is paying more for it than it will cost to refine the product locally. Over-inflation of government contracts, so the benefit of contractors and government officials. Typical contract, like for instance, when we're trying to renovate the runway in Abuja, the Federal Capital Territory, the contractors of whatever was crazy. If I know where in the world was that kind of contract ever given to do a runway, that contract was enough to build like 3 or 4 international airports. Until somebody in someone in government just screamed and said, no, you can't go on, the country is too expensive. Because somebody's just going to get rich, so that's how that's going to happen. Then you have expensive arms of government, that is huge salaries and employments of upper and lower house of assembly members, governors, ministers. We have one of the most expensive government structures in the world. Presidential system like the United States without revenue back.